Hi, this is Stephen McGuinness and Jess Halloran from the Inbound Marketing team. This is a quick overview of our Figma asset file and library that all our designers use to create mocks and user journeys early on in any kind of project. So I'm just going to share my screen. So this is our Slippers Foundation package. This contains all the basic elements that our design system is made up of. So type scale, we have our grid, we have our colors over here, we have our spacing, and we have some icons which are subject to change as with anything is in the design system. We also then have our components. We have our buttons, we have radio buttons, we have forms, we have tooltips, we have some tables, and we have some accordions. And down below here, we have some blocks as well. This is all a work in progress, but this gives all our designers access to a library that will help them create WYSIWYG layouts to test out proof of concept and to test out some flows. We provide things in mobile and desktop, and some are reflected in code. So some are in our storybook repo and built out with Vue, and they can be a direct mimic of each other. And then the whole purpose of this is that they get pushed to our shared library of assets. So designers can pull them in, use layouts, and Jess is going to do a quick show and tell on that one. Take it away, Jess.
Let me just share my screen. All right, so I just want to kind of go through how this works and then show an example of how one worked in real life. So I'm just hit A here. Oh, maybe try one more time. There we go. Hit A, and I'll just choose, I can choose, I don't know, let's just say an iPhone 11 Pro Max. And then, oh, you know what? I didn't add slippers to this, which would really help. I just pulled up a new one. So here we go. We have different libraries. So we're going to choose slippers. There we go. And now all those things that Stephen had mentioned kind of show up over here. So if I want to, I can just pull an icon or whatever I want from the left-hand side panel and into my design. Let's say I want, actually, sorry, doing this on the fly. There we go. So one thing like you just talked about, we have a grid. So I can go into mobile, choose that, and I can kind of turn it on and off just so I can have some guidelines as I'm designing to know how it's going to work on a responsive environment. If I want to like take a button in here, I can find, let's say our primary button, move that in here. I can change the type. There we go. Oh. Is that, of course, how it's going to go. Here we go. Semi-bold. That's a little bug I like to deal with. You can come in here, you can, change it to whatever it is, and it expands and contracts with you. Just an example of how you kind of can pull things in and out. And then I want to just show you also, so we had this featured partners template recently, just as an example of how we can use the Slippers design system in a much quicker fashion than we were starting from scratch. So we had a content page that said, okay, we have the logo and a title and a subheader and things like that. And instead of just trying to figure this all out from scratch, I just went into the Slippers Foundation and looked at the block section over here. So we have, headers. I could go and say, oh, we have like these 3 header options in theory. Oh, Zoom doesn't like me. Anyway, but this is one section. So this watch and learn, it has a video and it has a couple things. Or here we go. Here's the headline. We had a couple that already existed. So I could have chosen from these. This one was a little bit different. It had a logo. I can go back down to the resources tab where I was before. So like this section I actually pulled, and it's a video card, and it's got different like white papers, case studies, reports, and documentation. So this already existed, so I didn't have to like rethink the whole thing. And I pulled it into down here, down the bottom here, and just reuse that whole block. So again, it just saves us a lot of time. We kind of can trust that it's already been vetted. The nice thing about it is it's also already been developed or is about to be developed. So once it comes down to the time we get to code, then we just pull that code and reuse it elsewhere as well again. So it's saving both designers' time and developers' time. And like we were able to pull this quote block from the blog design, and pretty much everything here was a pre-existing block or very similar. There might have been like a slight tweak, but it just saved a ton of time and was able to do this whole page, both desktop and mobile, in a single day, which is huge. It used to take us, several days or even a week or more, depending on the content. But we just kind of have exponentially increased our time by using reusable blocks and elements.
Thank you. And just going to reshare just a quick something over here just to show how easy it is that we can make changes to things. So within here, these are all classes assets. We can go over here and we can push changes to any of these libraries. Obviously, we're more focused around slippers, and it tells us right here that it's published and up to date. If we ever make a change or an edit to any of these, the change gets pushed to the cloud, and designers get who are using certain components get the option to pull in the new and up to date version of things. And that can happen with colors, can happen with type or bugs or anything like that. So it gives us a lot of high level interaction with all of the designers. We're all working from the latest and greatest version as well. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We don't have to go and search through a file. It's all done for us. And we get the option to sync with our master files as well. So yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to give a quick overview of how quick and easy this workflow is for us as a team, and the scalability that it has, and how it's also reflected in code, and how we use this to build upon slippers each time. We're always looking to improve this as we go. So this is where we handle our bug fixes as well, or any new components, and this is where we can circulate it to the team. So thanks for watching.